Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books. And if you don't watch my drama channel called Peter Monn, you don't know that I flip fans. So I thought today, because I am doing the Quintessential Summer Book Tag, I thought I would use my juicy fan I also have currently right now. Duh. And this one. Oh, I love that so much. So if it's a book I love, I'm gonna have to fan flip it. I'm just gonna have to. So anyway, maybe it's something that I'll start doing in my videos. Probably not. So I am doing Sophie and Kat's the Quintessential Book Tag, Summer Book Tag, and it's really fun questions. And so I actually have all the books except for like I have like all the books except for like one sitting right here. So let's get right into it because it is summer. I love summer. I love to read outside of the summer. I love to stay up late and read outside. I love to stay up late and read outside with a book that I cannot put down. That is one of the top 3 reasons. I mean, other than lemonade, 4th of July, picnics, oh God, family vacations, all of that. I love summer so much. I love summer. Okay, so let's get into the Quintessential Summer Book Tag. And I will link the original video below by Sophie, and you guys can go check it out. And please subscribe to her. And let's get right into this. Okay. Hold on a second, I have the questions pulled up. So it says, the bookish cat and I started thinking about, summer recently, and that made us want to do a book tag. So this was on June 1st. Oh my God, she posted it yesterday, and it's an original tag. I'm right away doing it. And that made us want to do a book tag. So here it is, you guys, the Quintessential Summer Book Tag. We're so hoping a few of you guys join in, so I'm tagging Lisa at Lisa's Books and Smiles, and Krista at Books and Jams. Both Kat and I are going to tag the king of book tags, Peter from Peter Likes Books. And so I'm doing it. I got tagged in a book tag. That means I'm very happy today, cause I never get tagged ever, and I'm gonna do this tag today. Okay, let's get right into it. That was so corny. I don't care. I'm corny. Okay, so the very first question is iced drink. Oh, I have mine right over. Oh, it's over there. Iced drink, a refreshing book. So I drank a venti iced coffee from Starbucks. That's my drink that I drank. So a refreshing book, and I chose to make sure I get the right ones in the right position. I tried to mix it up a little bit because I always talk about the same books and tags. So I picked The Prince of Venice Beach by Blake Nelson. Okay, so if you don't know what this book is about, this book is fantastic, right? And I actually see it at half price books all the time. It's always on sale there. Runaway Street Kids Criminals, Welcome to Sunny California. Robert Callie Callahan has a pretty nice setup as a runaway living in Venice Beach, California. Friends, a place to crash, and a regular pickup basketball game. But he is almost 18 and hasn't gone to school in years. He needs a way out, otherwise, who knows where he'll end up. When a private investigator asks for his help in locating a missing teenager, Callie wonders if this could be his true calling. And so it's kind of like this detective story. Like if you like very much like, what's the guy, I can't think of his name, Jonathan Kellerman, if you're an adult and you read that. This is kind of like a Jonathan Kellerman young adult book, if that makes sense, except it's not by Jonathan Kellerman. It's like this mystery that takes place in California. It's fantastically done. There's a backstory about why he's living where he does. He lives in a tree house, okay? That's fantastic enough. So anyway, I really like this book. I wish he would come out with something. I think actually Blake Nelson has like one other book out. Recovery Road and Girl. He has 2 other books out, and I bought Recovery Road and I haven't read it yet. This is really good, and I say it's refreshing because it was different than anything I've ever seen before, so I really liked it. Okay, so that's that. The next book, Cotton Candy, a book that was fluffy and sweet. And I haven't actually talked about this book since I did my LGBTQIA+ A through Z. And that is Boy Meets Boy by David Levithan. And if you don't know anything about this book, okay, I will say that Okay, I had to read this book twice. The first time I read it, I just was like, eh. And here's the thing. I had read Will Grayson by David Levithan and John Green. And I loved Will Grayson. And then I read Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, and I saw the movie, and I loved David Levithan. But what I'm starting to find out is that I either love something that David Levithan does, or I love something that John Green does, or I totally don't love it at all, if that makes sense. It's like very, very, it's one or the other for me. And this book is cotton candy, but it's just kind of in between. If you want to read a really great LGBTQIA book by David Levithan, The Two Boys Kissing is fantastic. And it shows like 5 different people. And I mean, there's a trans character, and I mean, it talks about suicide. It's all around 2 boys doing this marathon kissing thing so they can get in I think it's the Guinness Book of World Records. I think that's how it all starts. And it's fantastic. And it tells all these side stories around it. It's really a good book. This one is okay. Love is never easy, especially if you're Paul. He's a sophomore at high school like no other, and these are his friends. Infinite Darlene, the homecoming queen and star quarterback. Joni, Paul's best friend who may not be his best friend anymore. Tony, his other best friend who can't leave the house unless his parents think he's going on a date with a girl. Kyle, the ex-boyfriend who won't go away. Rip, the school bookie who sets the odds. And Noah, the boy, the one who changes everything. Love meets love. Confusion meets clarity. Boy meets boy. It's fantastic. Boo Radley, you didn't like it so much? Come here, Boo-Boo. He is crying over here, so I gotta get Boo Radley up in a video. Come here. He said, I want to be in the video too, Dad. Boo Radley, you might be making an appearance in this video. Everybody say hi to Boo Radley. Do you like summer? He said, Dad, I want to go to Hawaii. Okay, we'll go to Hawaii one of these days. Next question. He does. He cries. He stands out there and cries if I don't put him up in a video. Okay, number 3, Sunglasses, a dark book. So for that, I picked one of my all-time favorite dark books that I haven't read in like 15 years, but it was terrifying. And that is Richard Lehman's Endless Night. And do you know why I picked this? Okay, come on, let's hear it. Do you all know why I picked this book to talk about in this video? Yes, because it's our next read in Peter's book club. So I started a book club. It now has like 430, 450 members over on Goodreads. It's on here, but it's also on Goodreads, so you can do it either way. We're currently reading She's Come Undone by Wally Lamb. I love it, and I'm having so much fun with this book club. I always wanted to start a book club, but I never thought 400 plus people would join it. So you can come, you can read whatever books you want to read. We have a whole schedule over there. But the next book that we're starting a week from Sunday, a week from tomorrow, is Endless Night by Richard Lehman, and it is dark. Okay. So, oh, you want to hear about it? I've read this so many times in videos. Jody is pretty tough for a 16-year-old girl. That's the only reason she's still alive for now. She was sleeping over at her friend Evelyn's house when a group of killers broke in and tried to slaughter everyone. She saw Evelyn spit it on a spear, but Jody managed to escape. It's really not funny at all. Along with Evelyn's little brother, Andy, it's absolutely terrifying. I locked the bedroom door when I read it last time. Simon was one of the killers that gruesome night. His friends have left it up to him to find the only living witnesses to their massacre, or else they'll butcher his family next. But Simon has his own reasons for wanting to get his hands on Jody. All right, so that's that book. Now let's see what the next question is in the Quintessential Summer Book Tag. Juicy. Okay, let's see what the next one is. Oh my gosh. Okay, 4. Picnic on a Rainy Day, a sad book. Well, I wanted to put this book because this is such a fantastic summer book, and I read it in the summer, and it had been recommended to me like by one person over a long period of time, and I just really never went and got it. And so finally one day I went and bought it, and I read it, and I need to tell you, it was like juice from a juiciest pear. Like, I never wanted it to end. It was so fantastic. I fell in love with the characters. It reminded me of a mix between F. Scott Fitzgerald, Ernest Hemingway, John Green. I mean, all of my favorite authors mixed together. It just was so good. And that is Michael Chabon's The Mysteries of Pittsburgh. And it is one hell of a book. And I'm really wanting to read another one of his books this summer. So it says, at the beginning of the summer, I had lunch with my father, the gangster, who is in town for the weekend to transact some of his vague business. The sheltered son of a Jewish mobster, Art Beckstein, leaps into his first summer as a college graduate as cluelessly as he capered through his school years. But new friends and lovers are eager to guide him through these sultry days of last-ditch youthful alienation and sexual confusion. in a blue-collar city where the mundane can sometimes appear almost magical. From the moment of his precocious debut with the Mysteries of Pittsburgh, it was clear that Michael Chabon was an immensely gifted writer and a magical prose stylist. Let me just tell you, the reason I put this in the sad category is because it just is. I mean, it's a very real coming-of-age story, but, you know, it's kind of like Daisy, you know, in The Great Gatsby, and, you know, I don't know. It just, there's very much a melancholy to it that makes it kind of sad, but it is a fantastic read. It is absolutely fantastic. All right, so the next question. I true story do need a fan now. And some lemonade. I do have some pink lemonade up there in the fridge. Y'all like pink lemonade? Crystal Light, 0 calories. Okay. Number 5, Sand, a book that irritated you. The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. Next. Summer blockbuster, favorite book to screen adaptation. I mean, I killed it with this. I've talked about this so many times. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. And I actually like the movie better than the book. And I reread the book last fall. I did a group reads on my channel. I don't think I'll ever read it again. I think I've read it enough times in my life. It made me very sad when I finished it because I was kind of like an era of my life is over. I also loved Ghost Out of Watchmen. But I think that the movie, and they better not make a movie of Ghost Out of Watchmen, I'm just saying. It will destroy all of it. But the movie with Mary Badham as Scout, and you know, why can't I think? Gregory Peck as Atticus is so fantastic, you know, and Boo Radley. Boo Radley! And I did name Boo Radley after To Kill a Mockingbird, so Robert Duvall's, you know, Boo Radley was just fantastic, and I love the movie. The movie, to me, is better than the book, so. And if it wasn't going to be that, I was going to pick Fault in Our Stars because I thought that, like, I feel like the movie is just as good as the book. Now, Paper Towns, different story. That movie sucked. Okay, let's see. Next question. 7. Dropped Ice Cream. A book you were anticipating, but it wasn't good. Okay, so this was Me Before You by I was like having a little moment there, you see? Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. Now, I was really I was really anticipating good things about this book. I had heard so much about it because, like, you know, every one of like the big YouTubers or big booktubers, they all got sent the box and all that kind of stuff and tickets to the movie. We don't get that, do we? And they're all like, oh my God, I love this book so much. I'm like, did you even read it? Because it really wasn't that great. It really wasn't. And Lou is okay of a character. You know, I was at the bookstore the other day, and do you know they have like 8 of these now? I mean, Lou has just traveled the world. Did he leave her money? I don't even remember that at the end of the book. You know, and then there was all this controversy that came out that it was really insensitive. I don't know. I really dragged through it. I just really had a hard time finishing this book. I just did not think it was much of anything. My husband and I watched the movie, and we were not impressed. I will just say that. I thought the movie was worse than the book, and the book was just okay. Number 8, Palm Tree, a tall book you loved. Now, I didn't really understand what this meant, a tall book. I mean, I don't have books that are 5 feet tall, do you? Like those cards you get at the Walmart for your mother on Mother's Day. I don't know what a tall book means. Does that mean a tall tale? Does that mean like a big book? I don't know. So I pulled out the tallest book I had, and that was Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel. And can I just show you the cover? I think the cover is so pretty. Oh my God, I love that so much. Now, if you haven't heard my mini reviews, I think Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel is one of my favorite science fiction books of life. I do not like deep, hardcore science fiction because I don't get it. I'm not that smart, okay? I like layman's terms science fiction. This book was absolutely fantastic. The second one, Waking Gods, sucked, okay? I hated it. And I think Sylvain Neuvel got a 3-book deal, and I think it's the same thing that happened with Rick Yancey in the Fifth Wave series. I really do. I think this did so well, they gave him a 3-book deal, and he had to boom, boom, push out books. Because the third one just came out. And I am gonna listen to it on Audible. I'm gonna get it on Audible because I've listened to the other 2 on Audible, and they're fantastically narrated, okay, fantastically. But the second one went in a direction that I didn't like. So, I'm really hoping for the third one. The idea behind the books are so fantastic. It's kind of a mix between, I don't know, like E.T., extraterrestrial stuff, not E.T. really, but like, you know, Close Encounters of a Third Kind meets the X-Files. It's fantastic. Okay. And then I think the next book is A Book You Want to Burn. A Book You Want to Burn, Bonfire, number 9. The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. Next. Okay, and then the last question is Fireworks, a book that exploded on your scene. Let me tell you why, okay? Like, people always want to know. I just thought, listen, Well, I'm really irritated right now when you go into places like Barnes & Noble and they are pushing these books that are not very good and do not get good ratings on Goodreads, where the real readers are, and other stuff like that, and other people that are really reading books out there. You know, I don't know who is deciding what books get pumped at Barnes & Noble, but it's not the books that everybody else is talking about. And so therefore, all this marketing and PR that goes into this book that was not that fantastic, okay? I mean, I read that Sarah Pinborough, Behind Her Eyes, and that shit blew me away. A.J. Finn's The Woman in the Window blew me away. The Woman in Cabin 10, predictable. Predictable from chapter 1. And so it's not just my irritation with the book. I feel for Ruth Ware. Hey, listen. She tried to make a really great mystery. It just didn't work for me, okay? It just didn't. I think she's probably a fantastic lady. I don't know her. We don't eat the Chinese buffet together, like I say in my other videos, okay? I don't know her. But I have an issue with the way that it's been marketed as this bestseller that deserves everybody's attention when there are 50 or 60 other books out there currently that are very similar, that are 10 times better and aren't getting any attention. And that really is bothersome to me. And I would really like to think that as booktubers and bookstagrammers and book bloggers and book readers, okay, that we would vote with our dollar bills of who we buy and from libraries who we lend to really start talking about the books that are important and getting them up there, because there's a lot of independent books out there, self-published books out there, like I talked about the Pecan Man last year. I mean, it was fantastic. It's self-published. One of the most fantastic books I've ever read. Okay, let me get down from my soapbox now. I didn't believe that I was going to do a 16-minute video. A book that exploded onto the scene, fireworks, and that for me is The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas. I love this book so much. I love this book so much. I love, this book is so important. I love this book so much. And I remember the very first time I saw people were tweeting about it one night on Twitter, and I went the next day and I was like, all these people are talking about it, I gotta get it. I got it on Audible the very next day, started listening to it, literally listened to it in 2 days. Bonnie Turpin, who is my favorite narrator on Audible, she narrated it, and she also narrated The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. She's a fantastic narrator, fantastic, and does different voices for every book that she does. And I don't know, I'm so excited to see what Angie Thomas has next. I can't wait to see the movie. If you don't follow her on Twitter, you're stupid, because she tweets out fantastic stuff. Sometimes it's political, sometimes it's funny, and she's just a real treat. And I love Angie Thomas so much, and I'm really mad because she was here not too long ago, and I really wanted to go to the book signing and meet her, and I forgot, so that's my fault. But anyway, so yeah. So this was my quintessential summer book tag. That was kind of fun. I actually put some effort into that because I don't usually pick my books beforehand. So I did this time, and there they are. Hold on, I've turned this way, so if you haven't watched the video and this is my thumbnail, then you don't know what books I'm talking about. Anyway, I love you guys, and I hope you're having a great summer already, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.